know I talked a lot about love, right? I told you I'm a little obsessed with it, right? You know? And I'll say this, ladies, you gotta realize this about your man, okay? This is what it's like to be in love as a man. It feels like Batman, doesn't it? Right? Guys, isn't that how you feel when you're in love? You feel like Batman every day, and it feels like you're married to the Riddler. You know what I'm talking about? Because every morning you're like, what do you want to do, babe? I don't know, Batman, did you read the clues? I've been dropping hints for weeks.
And then I got a job at the amusement park in my hometown. We did have an amusement park. It was right next to the fair and the hood. I was in the costume department. I was a part of the Ghetto Hero League. That was my job. Just a bunch of hood kids in superhero costumes. That's all it ended up being. We had a cholo cyborg. We called him Cyborg. And we had a weird Batman. The guy who was playing Batman didn't even like Batman. And so I confronted him about it one day. I'm like, hey, homie, you don't like Batman. Why'd you take this job? And he was like, I always wanted a butler. Like, bro, we don't even get dental. Someone lied to you.
And hopefully you never have to use the fallback option, because whatever your kids want to be for Halloween, that's the costume you get them. When I was a kid, I was Batman every year because I was such a huge fan of Batman. And kids now, that's more popular even when I was a kid. But it's so different now because kids dress up like Batman. They've got body armor on. And remember our Batman? Like from all, Adam West was our Batman, right? That's how I thought Batman was supposed to behave. I was knocking on doors. I wasn't just Batman. I was Adam West as Batman, right? Trick or treat, good citizen. Carefully produce your sugar-coated confections and place them in the candy compartment of my utility belt. Sure, it took me a little longer to trick or treat, but I was method.
Well, it turns out collection agencies do have another thing. They have one more thing. They can send someone to serve you papers to take you to small claims court to get that money, okay? But here's the thing about serving someone papers. To serve them papers to bring you to court, they have to get you to admit you are who you are, okay? So it's like 3 p.m. one day, and I hear a knock at my door. And I answer the door, and it's this guy standing there with a clipboard, and he's like, hey, are you Shayne Smith? And I was like, no, never. What? What's going on? And he's like, does Shayne Smith live here? And I was like, I don't know, pretty big place. Never seen anyone by that name here, you know? He was like, looks like a very small apartment, actually. It's like, you're splitting hairs right now, guy, you know? What, are you trying to insult me? What's going on? And that's when I realized he's standing there with a clipboard, and on that clipboard is my Facebook profile printed out on it. So he's seeing me, see him, looking down at me with my stupid tattooed face on the clipboard, looking right back up at him, seeing me see him. I think I said that right. And it's so awkward. And he's like, okay, well, if you're not Shayne Smith, who are you? And it's like 3 p.m. I had just woken up. I'm not ready to be someone else, you know? I just said the first name that came to mind. I was like, Bruce Wayne? I'm Bruce Wayne. He was not impressed, you know? In hindsight, I could have thought of a better name. So he's standing there looking very defeated, and that's when I realize I am wearing Batman pajamas. Yeah, not good. And I was like, so I was like, is this your only thing? And he was like, yeah, man, this is my only thing. And I was like, so I'm gonna go now. And he was like, have a good day, I guess. It's like, all right. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna work itself out, you know. There are no consequences. I don't know if you guys knew that. There are no consequences to debt. Like, what are they gonna do? Send me to Alcatraz? Can't. It's been closed. Thank you. It's been closed for like 50 years. Yes.
The next scale we pulled down said right on the box what it does. It's a projection scale. There's a projection scale. It says right on there, conveniently put your weight right onto the wall in front of you for your easy viewing convenience. Do you get it? puts it right there in front. All I was thinking was, man, Walmart figured out we can't see our feet anymore. They had to send up the bat signal on that one, didn't they? No. You got the Batman joke, though, right there? Okay.
My sister had me babysit my nieces and nephews a few weeks ago. Terrible decision on her part. But I was lulled into this false sense of security. From the get-go, I made them lunch, frozen burritos. My nephew's like, wow, did you go to cooking school? This tastes amazing. And I was like, wow, these kids are easy to please. Also, what does my sister feed them? Like, this is literal garbage, okay? And then I saw the park was playing Lego Batman, and I love Lego Batman. It's a cinematic masterpiece. And so I was like, okay, if we clean the house, we'll go and eat all our dinner. We're gonna go to the park and watch Lego Batman. I was very excited. And then they didn't clean the house and they didn't eat their dinner, which shocked me to my core. And I was very disappointed I couldn't go see Lego Batman. So I told the kids, we can't go see Lego Batman. And they were crying and screaming, and I was like, wow, I did it. I've successfully parented. It's not that hard. It's crazy. So to reward myself for my good parenting, we went to the park to watch Lego Batman. Thank you. It's amazing.
And my family did not own a color TV till I was in 9th grade. It was a big old black and white TV, big wood box and small screen. And I'll tell you, and we'd watch Batman. The kids would make fun of me. They're like, what color's Batman's cape? I'm like, gray. How about Robin? Light gray. And we wanted to watch Batman at 5:30. We had to turn the TV on at 5:15. Because it had to warm up. Could you imagine your kids, your grandkids sitting 15 minutes for a TV set to warm up today? Whatever.
I still enjoy wearing. Is there a point when you see yourself with a mask that you stop doing a Bane impression? Like every time I see myself, I'm like, oh, here, I wear this mask for you, the people, right? Every time I'm just like, oh, I was born in the pandemic. I can't help myself. I love it.
I'm just happy with my life in general. You guys are looking at somebody who just celebrated his 2-year wedding anniversary right before your eyes. Thank you. I am married to the love of my life, and people are like, Dan, how do you know she's the love of your life? And I tell them this because she's just as big of a nerd as I am. By her choice, I did not push in. This was her choice. We had a Batman-themed wedding. Yeah. And I don't mean I wore a Batman shirt underneath my tuxedo. I dressed up like the real Batman for my wedding service. She dressed up as Batgirl. My best man dressed up as Robin. And I mean the 1966 TV show Robin with the tight green Speedo shorts that go all the way up your thighs, which kind of upset me because he didn't ask to borrow those. Which I would have washed them for him. He's my best man. Get this, instead of getting a limousine, we actually rented a Batmobile for us to ride off in at the end of the night. It shot fire. I'll show anybody pictures who wants to see it. The only part of my Batman wedding I did not like was the part where my parents got murdered in an alley. But it's what my wife wanted. It was... her special day, and always support your wife. That's something my dad used to say. You guys are smart. I used to because of murder.